Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be doing an updated hero recruitment wish list because Ludovic is now out in the pool that you can obtain, and also I thought now is maybe a good time to do it because we just got a lot of rewards from the Primal Lord special resource supply. I think now for early game accounts from day 7 to day 11 they give them a bunch of like recruitment tickets and diamonds to help them recruit some more heroes, and if you have been playing for a long time then they give all of those rewards to you all at the same time. Like today I got all of them, and so yeah, we have a lot more diamonds and recruitment tickets to begin recruiting a bit. Now I'm going to begin the wish list from an early game standpoint, and I'm going to lock in the best early game heroes in my opinion to be putting on the wish list, but I'll talk about mid game and late game as well. But the first thing I want to mention is if you want to be as efficient as possible with this wish list, you should not be putting any heroes for the S level here, which are recruited or purchasable in the arena store. These are the list of heroes which are purchasable in the arena store, and if you're putting any of these on your hero recruitment wish list, you are going to miss out on getting the copies of the heroes which are not purchasable from that store. So that is my most important tip. So for the early game, you need to have Core and Merrily here. They are your Dream Realm damage dealers needing to get to Mythic Plus ASAP. And here, Tamisia and Vala are not purchasable in the arena store, and they are both very strong heroes. Tamisia for Dream Realm, Necrodrake and Boss, and Vala for PvP mainly, but she has some uses in Dream Realm as well, if you don't have maybe Merrily and Corn built up yet. And even in Primal Lords, she has some uses. Here we're going to have Smokey. Smokey is your most important hero in the early game. You want to get him to Mythic Plus as quickly as possible because that will improve his damage in the Dream Realm. Coco is one of the most important supports for Dream Realm, and Odie is one of the best damage dealers for Dream Realm. So this is what we have on the top ones. On here, we're going to have Iron. He is still one of the best PvP heroes in the game, even though Lily May kind of counters him. I still consider him to be a top tier PvP hero. And Floribel is not purchasable in the arena store, and she's very good for AFK stages, and she is also good for even PvP content. She's an overall really solid hero and even has uses in the Snow Stomper Dream Realm boss. Here, Arden and Damien, the two best A-level Wilder heroes for PvP mainly, can also be used in AFK stage pushing, both of them. And Almas is amazing as well. He would be the third best option here, but I really think you need to have a well built up Arden and then build Almas after that, because both Arden and Almas, they synergize together. But Almas on his own, he can be okay with Iron, but I would definitely say Arden before Almas. And here Thorin and Carolina, even though Carolina is not as top tier of a damage dealer as she was when like this game first launched, I still think she is a very solid like S tier damage dealer. She will be good in your Iron nuke teams. She is good for AFK stage pushing, PvP, arena defense, and so she should be here along with Thorin. Thorin is the best tank in the game, multiple lives, good for Dream Realm content, increasing the damage the boss receives. And here Viperion, good for AoE damage. He can even be used in arena, can be used in Baladriel. Sylvina for amazing single target damage and assassination. She's very good in PvP, and even in Lone Gaze Dream Realm boss, she actually is part of one of the top scoring teams right now. Ludovic does not have a place here until you have your Carolina maxed, in my opinion. Then you could swap her out for Ludovic if you want to build him up. He is a good support healer, but I think probably you have healers from different classes. Damien, and then also Haven from the arena shop, Smokey from the Maulers. So you don't need Ludovic as well, but he is good to have. And I mean, I could definitely see if you wanted to replace Carolina with the Ludovic, and that would be fine. So this is my overall early game wish list for all regular hero recruitment. Now for this one, definitely I think Iron and Thorin will have to be here, but along with this, Smokey and Tamisia are what I would consider the most important, because both Tamisia and Smokey are going to help you in Dream Realm. Tamisia for Necrodraken and Snow Stomper, she is the max scoring for both of those Dream Realm bosses currently, and Smokey for a lot of Dream Realm bosses for the attack buff, haste buff. He's just the best damage option, and he deals a lot of damage at his Mythic Plus. So you need to keep them both here until they get to Mythic Plus. The other three slots, they are up to preference, but I definitely think Thorin and Iron are the top tier PvP heroes in the game, also for AFK stage pushing, and Thorin for Dream Realm as well. So Thorin really should be here no matter what. The final two slots, it really is a bit up to preference, but definitely I would choose Iron. And then for the last slot, I would probably probably choose Shakir. He's very good in PvP, and he can have some like Dream Realm uses, boss uses. If you don't have like the top performing endgame teams, he does provide useful buffs for your team. But really, in this final slot, choose anything between Shakira, Carolina, Vala, Elsa, even Ludovic if you want. Again, try to not put heroes here which you can buy from the arena shop, and don't put A-level heroes here, because the S-level heroes are going to be harder to obtain, and you will eventually want to get these ones all to Mythic Plus and Supreme Plus, so you should keep them on here. And yeah, I could definitely understand, like, I would probably choose Carolina here, because I still think she is a really good damage dealer. Okay, now that is the early game. Now, when you get to the mid game or late game, the things which will change is when you get the heroes to their maximum ascension, like let's say Supreme Plus, you've gotten on these heroes. Then it is up to, now this is when you have to make a decision. Do you want to really try to optimize for getting Paragon on your heroes, or do you want to try to get a lot of heroes up to Supreme Plus and like not really worry too much about Paragon? So the Paragon upgrade in this game, I'm just going to show you this so that you can see the value of a Paragon upgrade. Paragon is going to give you rivalry stats. You're going to get 15, let me show you on a Paragon 1 hero, you're going to get these stats, which are, as you can see here, the rivalry stats, energy regen reduction down to damage reduction. These are the stats you get, and they're like basically a percentage. So you're going to have 15% energy regen reduction, 15% bonus energy on hit, 6% damage boost, 6% damage reduction. These are the stats, but these will only apply to PvP. So if a hero is a good PvP hero and you're really trying to push to the highest ranks of PvP, like top 20 arena, top 50 Supreme arena, and this is what you're aiming for, and eventually I feel like this is the end game goal, then you want to try to optimize and push for getting Paragon on your key PvP heroes. And so that is why I would personally prefer to go for Paragon. However, these stats do not apply in PvE content, Dream Realm boss content, anything like that. And then all you're really getting from getting a hero up to Paragon is 2.5% of the basic stats increased by getting that Paragon upgrade, which is almost nothing. That doesn't really matter at all. So for PvE content, whether you have a Supreme Plus hero or a Paragon 4 hero, there's hardly any difference at all. It's just about for PvP content. So the first thing that you will then be thinking from here is that for your wish list, if you're going to go for Paragons on your heroes, they should be PvP top tier heroes, and that is really what you want to then be targeting. So for example, just to name some, Iron, Thorin, Shakir, Elsa, Carolina, Vala, these are all top tier considered PvP heroes which may deserve a place on your wish list even after you get them to Supreme Plus to begin get copies for them. But the other thing you have to keep in mind is even to unlock Paragon in the first place, you're going to have to get 25 heroes to Supreme Plus. So you'll need to do a bit of a calculation and plan which heroes am I planning to take to Supreme Plus and which heroes am I planning not to build at all. This is how you're going to be as efficient as possible, because if we look at the arena store, the good thing about the arena store is if you're always buying out the S-level heroes here, you're able to get every single one of these to Supreme Plus. It is only a matter of time. You earn a lot of arena coins, and if you're spending all of them on S-level heroes, you will be able to get these pretty fast. Like for me, I don't buy any of the stellar crystals here because I think it's more valuable to buy the S-level heroes, and I get 5 to 6 copies of S-level heroes per month, and that would mean like basically this is how I'm going to plan to unlock Paragon 3 for my account, because right now I'm on Paragon 2, but I need to get 15 heroes to Paragon 2 in order to get to Paragon 3. And so I'm going to need, what I'm planning is I'm going to get Haywin to Paragon 2, Rowan to Paragon 2, Igor to Paragon 2, Brutus to Paragon 2, and now basically then you're going to unlock the next Paragon tier by getting all of these arena shop heroes to that current maximum ascension you have. And you can do the same thing for unlocking the original Paragon by getting all of these heroes or most of these heroes to Supreme Plus. And now all of the heroes here, for example, are pretty like viable. None of that, like the real major ones which you would definitely want on your account are Granny, Haywin, Rowan, and in my opinion Brutus as well. But Igor, Cassidy are also great, and really all of these heroes are are fine. And so that can be one way you can get those heroes to Supreme Plus, and then just keep the heroes or core heroes here you want to get them to Paragon. If you're not as concerned about Paragon, what you can do is you can now begin, after you get these heroes to Supreme Plus that we have locked in, you can begin putting in the heroes which are even purchasable in the Arena store, just to help you get them to Supreme Plus a little bit faster. I don't think there's any issue with that, and then you can also get this. And then for your account, you'll just have more options available. Each season, there are new seasonal skills applied to all heroes. So heroes which previously may have not been too great become really, really strong in new seasons. So that is also an advantage of doing a strategy like this, just trying to get all of your heroes to Supreme Plus before even really working hard for Paragon. Because to get heroes to Paragon, you're going to need 6 copies to get to Paragon 1 and Paragon 2. 6 copies each, and then you're going to need 9 copies from that point on, from Paragon 3 to and then to Paragon 4 as well. So it is very, like, it's a long process to get to Paragon upgrade on heroes, but for me, I think I'm going to be playing this game for a long time. Gradually over time, you are going to get these heroes, you're going to get copies of them, so you are eventually going to get those Paragons. So that's why I'm just focusing hard on my key heroes, and like for example, as you can tell, I'm not even going for Ludovic at all. I'm just favoring going for Paragon upgrades on my heroes instead of that. And so it's really a decision you have to make. Neither decision is correct. It just is up to your preference. Do you want to have more heroes at Supreme Plus on your account? Then definitely, as soon as you hit a hero to Supreme Plus, replace them with other heroes and just try to get everything Supreme Plus on your account. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you have all the heroes pretty much built up, and that can be a lot of fun for testing. And for PvE and Dream Realm, you're basically just as strong as someone who has those Paragon upgrades. But for PvP, the people with the Paragon 1, Paragon 2 are going to usually dominate compared to, because those rivalry stats do make a pretty big difference, especially on key PvP heroes. So that is basically that advice that I have here for the Stargazing station. The first one, in my opinion, it can be either Scarlett or Rainier. Scarlett is the best PvP hero in the game. She has some Dream World uses. She will improve your damage there on certain bosses. Rainier will improve your damage score on almost every Dream World boss once you get him to Mythic Plus. And both of these, even Scarlett needs Mythic Plus to be productive or functional in Dream Realm. But Scarlett will not only help you in Dream Realm and kind of minorly help you there, she's mainly going to help you in PvP content to rank high in Arena, rank high in Supreme Arena, and she is a key top tier PvP hero in the game right now. So it's up to you. I still would probably I don't know. Like, if I was going for fun on my account, I would go for Scarlett right off the bat. If I was going for what I think is the optimal progression, I think I would still go for Rainier, because he will allow you to earn some more temporal essences daily, and that can help you build up more heroes to the maximum potential. And so I still think Rainier to Mythic Plus is like the overall better strategy first, but then Scarlett definitely secondly after that. Or if you really want Scarlett right away and you're really a fan of PvP, you can go for Scarlett immediately. So that is my advice on all of that. Now I'm going to show you what my current wishlist looks like, and just to give you an idea of what is going on for me. So over here I have Elsa, because of course if there's any key PvP hero which you don't have at Supreme Plus yet, definitely they take a priority slot here. Elsa is a key PvP hero for crowd control teams. She does really well, and so that is why I have her over here. And then I have over here I have Carolina, and my Thorin and Iron are currently maxed. I'm currently in the process of getting Vala, Shakir, Floribel, Carolina all to Paragon 2 right now, and they're all here for that. Thorin and Iron, I have them at Paragon 2, and I need 9 copies now to get them to Paragon 3. I still are not even close to unlocking Paragon 3, but I know because of actively playing, buying the heroes from the Arena shop, it's only a matter of time before at least you get these A-level heroes to Paragon 2, and then Paragon 3 will be unlocked, and then pretty soon after that, hopefully I'll be able to upgrade Thorin and Iron, because Thorin and Iron are the top tier PvP heroes in the game. And honestly, so far how this game is developed, heroes haven't been nerfed at all. They're just new heroes which come out which might counter the current heroes you have, like Lily May kind of counters Iron, but still I think Iron is still top tier, definitely good on defense even now with Lily May out there. And so it's still a great option for Paragon upgrade. And Damien here, I even have him at Paragon 2. I'm probably replacing him for Alamis now. But I'm also saving up all my Dream Realm currency right now to plan to buy Almas to get him to Supreme Plus because he's a key PvP hero. So really the point of the matter is just a lot of it will come down to preference after you have those initial heroes built up that we showed in the initial wish list, and then it will basically come down to, are you more preferring to go for a PvP focused Paragon upgrades on key PvP heroes, or are you more focused on getting a well-developed overall account with almost all the heroes up to Supreme Plus, so that for future seasonal skills you'll be able to basically use all the different heroes available to you. It's helpful for AFK stage pushing as well right now. Like for example, if I had Almas built up, it would help me in AFK stage pushing. It would help me even in Dura's trials. So overall, you would have a more well-rounded account if you get heroes with Supreme Plus, but you have a stronger PvP focus account if you focus Paragon copies even after you max the hero. So my overall advice is, for me, I'm a kind of PvP focused. That's what I like. I get enjoyment from that in the end game, and so I'm really focusing on getting the high Paragon upgrades and just like not building all the heroes. So like I'm passed on Ludovic, I passed on all Celestial Hypogeans. I just got renewed to Mythic Plus. Now I'm just upgrading Scarlita through the Paragon tiers. She's at Paragon 2, and definitely with all those copies, I could have built up like a whole another Fiesta if I wanted to. But Scarlita is a top tier in PvP, and getting her to Paragon 2 is a meaningful difference compared to just Supreme Plus, and so that's why for me it's just better from my preference. But if someone is wants another Celestial Hypogean built up, they want to do better in Dream Realm, then Fiesta is better than going for like Scarlita to Paragon 2. But my plan is, I'm going to be saving all of my guild coins, get Scarlita to Paragon 3 as soon as I unlock that. So I'm going to rush to unlock Paragon 3, because then you can easily get these Celestial Hypogean, at least one of them, to Paragon 3, because you can just buy copies of them from the shop, and they need 6 copies to go from Paragon 2 to Paragon 3. Basically, any hero which can be bought from the shop, even if it is the guild coin shop, which is really expensive, it is only a matter of time before you get them. These heroes which are only recruitable and not purchasable in the arena shop, for example Iron Thorin, you may never get enough copies to upgrade them. Over time, like the luck is in your favor that eventually you will get them with enough time playing and enough recruitments, but you could never get them because there's no guarantee on which heroes you're going to unlock from here, and there are a lot of heroes that can be dropped from your wish list. So that is basically my advice, guys. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And if you're an early game player, definitely look at the beginning of this video, the first 5 to 10 minutes. That's when we really cover the beginning wish list, and I would recommend setting your wish list to exactly that. And then once you get these heroes upgraded to Supreme Plus, that's when you can begin switching them out. And for the A-level heroes, you just basically use them as you can then begin getting other A-level heroes with Supreme Plus, and that will just help you unlock Paragon faster, because if you can get multiple A-level heroes with Supreme Plus, that will make it faster for you getting to that 25 Supreme Plus heroes needed to unlock Paragon. And if there are other specific like good A-level heroes you'll want to be upgraded, like Lucius has been really good with this current seasonal skill. I don't know about the future, but he is a pretty good support. Kruger is good for Dream Realm. Entendre is pretty good for PvP as a tank. Damien is a key support hero. Parissa is good for battle drills, and she has some PvP uses. Leica even recently has been good in Dream Realm, at least one Dream Realm boss. Almas and Arden are both really good. And here, these other two Graveborn, Sylvina and Viperion, are the key ones you want. The Salazar and Niru, they're not too usable pretty much anywhere, so you don't really need to build them, but they can help you unlocking Paragon, right, by getting them to Supreme Plus along with some of your S-level heroes. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.